Nature of rural sociology. The nature of rural sociology generally implies whether it can be categorized under natural sciences or under arts. Auguste Comte, the father of sociology, called sociology as the queen of sciences, and some sociologists have viewed sociology in terms of natural sciences. All sociologists worthy of the name agree on a common heritage of concepts, methods, and verification procedures, and opined that sociology has all the characteristics features of science, and it is no doubt a science. Therefore, since rural sociology is a specialized branch of sociology, it is also a science. The nature of rural sociology as a science can be examined on the following grounds. Number 1. Scientific methodology. Rural sociology utilizes scientific methodology, and hence all the methods used in rural sociology are scientific in nature. These methods are observation, interview, case study, schedule, and questionnaires, etc. In these methods, the first step is collection of data through observation. Number 2. Facts accumulation. Rural sociology is always founded on factual study. It studies rural social relationships and activities in a factual manner. It makes a scientific study of facts, general principles, and theories involved in them. Third, empiricism. Rural sociology uses the empirical method in the form of fieldwork. For a rural sociologist going to the field carries immense significance as it helps him or her to gather relevant data on the basis of which he will formulate theories, and also it provides an occasion for experimentation, observation, and verification. Point number 4, precision. Point number 4, precision and accuracy. Two of the important features of scientific investigation are precision and accuracy. The data that is collected should reflect the exact existing situation at the time of observation. The principle of rural sociology needs to be proved true when verified. Thus, it is evident from the above analysis that rural sociology by nature is a science. It possesses all the essential characteristics of a science. However, there are plenty of objections against the scientific nature of rural sociology. There can be no doubt over the questions that rural sociology uses scientific techniques like observation, experimentation, classification, and tabulation in the collection and interpolation of data systematically. Moreover, the conclusion derived by the rural sociology is based upon empirical realities. Therefore, rural sociology, no doubt, can definitely be a novel branch of science having the subject matter and methodology of its own. Scope of rural sociology. In comparison to other social sciences, rural sociology is a novel branch of sociology and is a separate science that possesses its own subject matter and method of study. By scope of the discipline, rural sociology studies various phenomena and their relationships in rural areas. According to Laurie Nelson, the scope of rural sociology is the description and analysis of progress of various groups as they exist in the rural environment. In the words of Burton and his associates, in its broadest definition, rural sociology is the study of human relationship in rural environment. Number 1. Rural society. Rural sociology is widely understood as the sociology of rural society. Rural sociology studies its scope and primary components from the structural and functional stance. The most crucial objectives of rural sociology is to study rural social life encompassing the behavior, patterns, webs of relationships, social interactions, standard of living, and socio-economic conditions of the rural people. Therefore, the scope of rural sociology expands where the boundary of rural society is expanded. Number 2. Rural population. Rural population aims to study the factors of the growth of population, its evil effects of rural society, rural to urban migration for the greater interest of the country at large, size and density and distribution of rural population from various angles. It also tries to understand the behavioral patterns prevailing, customs and folklores that dominate the day-to-day lives of the rural population. Number 3. Rural social institution. Rural social institution implies the process of relations found among the rural people. Rural sociology thus studies the structure, characteristics, and functions of rural social institutions comprising family, marriage, kinship, religion, caste, and so on. Number 4. Rural economy. Agriculture is the backbone of the rural economy, and majority of the rural population are absorbed in it and directly depends on agriculture for their livelihood and sustenance. Rural sociology therefore studies the cause liable for the failure of agriculture and suggests various measures for the development of agriculture in village. Number 5. Rural social organization. Social organization plays the core value of every society as well as social life. The most imperative functions of rural sociology is to offer fundamental knowledge about rural social organization and envelopes the spiritual lives, religious activities, and sacred relationships.